Hello friends, welcome to my channel. My name is SSG and I make gaming videos that teach people how to navigate life, and I provide them with useful tips that can help them improve every day. Please remember to leave a thumbs up on this video, as this greatly improves my odds on this platform. And on today we will be talking about how to stop being a people pleaser. In my younger years, I was a big people pleaser, and this really started to affect the way that I saw myself, and in turn started to affect the way people saw me. This phenomenon known as people pleasing almost destroyed my life and made me wish I hadn't gone down that path. So I'm here today to help anyone who feels like they are going down the path of people pleasing to just stop and realize that there is more to life than pleasing people. As life continued to progress for me, I realized that this was my own doing and that I could walk away from it anytime I wanted. All I had to do was take a conscious decision to always do right by myself and to stop pleasing people. When pleasing people becomes a part of you, it takes you from being someone who has confidence to someone who has zero confidence. It differentiates those who people respect from those who get no respect in society. People are fickle by nature, and pleasing them can leave you feeling like you're not doing enough. This process can be quite excruciating and can prove to be a difficult loop to escape. But fear not, my good people, for I have some important tips to help you go from people pleaser to confident conqueror. Let's start with the first thing on my list. If you want to stop being a people pleaser, the first step you need to take is to start consuming better content. Yes, I say this because in reality, what we as humans consume can in turn consume us. And we also have to keep in mind that we have been programmed since birth to be what we are today. And if we can be programmed, then we can also reprogram ourselves. By consuming educational or motivational content, I took myself from being a shy, timid, and easily impressionable young man to someone who can form his own opinions and doesn't need others to do it for him. This made me a powerhouse in my own right and made me realize that people can be a distraction and pleasing them is very inconsequential in the grand scheme of things. If you want to be someone that can form their own opinions and think objectively outside the box, then you need to actively seek out better content, be it books, documentaries, or even movies. As long as the message there is positive and the piece of content is motivational or is teaching you something, then you will begin to see a change in your own life as you progress. You need to stop pleasing others, and in every single thing you do, you need to start putting yourself first and stop putting your needs last. When I began my self-improvement journey, I used this platform to empower myself. Yes, this very platform, YouTube. I consumed a lot of educational material from YouTube, and this made me more confident, more knowledgeable, and more wholesome. And I know this helped me because now I am on this very platform teaching others and educating others. I would not be able to do this had it not for me taking years and years to just learn and improve. You shouldn't be afraid to follow people on this platform who teach you about self-improvement, as this can quickly give your life the extra sauce it needs. This takes me to my second tip on how to stop being a people pleaser, which is to find like-minded people who are on the same journey as you. In this life, there are others, and when I say others, I mean there are other people who are just starting out like you. They are in the same spot as you, and oftentimes these people usually share the same mindset that you do. These are your peers, these are your people, and these are people you want to actively seek out and engage. When looking for like-minded individuals, it's important to also be cautious and to know that not everyone would be on your exact frequency. What do I mean by this? I mean, when you are seeking out like-minded people, it is good to keep in mind that not everyone is on the exact same page as you. Not everyone is exactly where you are. Some people might be further ahead, while others may be far behind. But this doesn't make them any less like-minded. This just means that they are on their own clock and you are on yours. There is no reason to be intimidated. The best way to engage with like-minded people is to understand that you can both learn from each other. This can be a mutually beneficial relationship. And with this mutual benefit comes other things. Things such as friendship, educational exchanges, companionship, and if you're lucky, even sometimes people find their family. People find spouses just by looking for like-minded individuals. Having people in your corner who are just like you can significantly take away your need to please people, because you start to see that not everyone is making a conscious effort to improve their situation. This takes away your need to want to please everybody, because you finally rationalize that not everyone is worth pleasing. Being with like-minded people can be challenging, but the best thing you can do for yourself is to remember why you sought out those people in the first place. My third tip is to rely on yourself. Relying on yourself is the surest way to build confidence and erase your people-pleasing traits. When we depend on ourselves, we keep feeding ourselves the information that we can do difficult things on our own. We are capable individuals, and that we have to depend on our own mind to see favorable outcomes. This is the perfect recipe to stop pleasing people, and in my opinion, you need to rely on yourself. Rely on yourself to do simple things, rely on yourself to do hard things, rely on yourself to think outside the box, rely on yourself to know when to walk away, rely on yourself to know when to stay. The more decisions you take on behalf of yourself, this makes you a stronger person as time goes on. The true essence of relying on yourself is as a matter of one simple principle. The more you do for you, the more you need only you. I'll say it again for the people in the back. The more you do for you, the more you need only you. This means that you don't need people, or that this means that you won't need people, or that you will refuse help when it is rendered to you. No. This simply means that you can take what life throws at you. This simply means that you can stand on your own decisions. This means that you can fend for yourself. This means that you are your own best friend. And trust me, you need to be your own best friend in this day and age, because nobody's going to do it for you. So please take this as a sign to spend some time with yourself, sit in silence, or just go run some errands alone. The key word here is alone. Don't be afraid to go through life on your own, and rely on yourself when the need arises. It's like a muscle, and you need to flex it every day in order for it to get stronger. This leads me to my fourth tip, guys. Wow, we're already on the fourth tip, which is set boundaries. Yeah, you read that correctly. Set up some boundaries. I want to use this opportunity to explain to you what boundaries are, because there are so many misconceptions about the word boundaries. Many people often mistake boundaries for just being a jerk. No, guys, this is wrong. Setting boundaries simply means picking out what your do's and don'ts are. There are a set of rules. These are a set of rules that nobody can break when it comes to you. This simply means you will not accept just anyone into your life, and you will certainly not accept people who come into your life to break the rules. When it comes to you, you are your top priority. This simply means you are important to yourself, and you need to let people know that your boundaries are also important. This lets people know that you take your goals and your priorities very seriously, and you will not be toyed with. Boundaries can also stand for something. Boundaries can also help you stand for something. When you know your limits, you can save yourself from a lot of stress in this life. Yes, I'll say it again. Boundaries can also help you stand for something. When you know what your boundaries are, you know exactly what you want in life. And when you stand for something, you won't fall for just anything. So setting boundaries is so important, you guys. I cannot even emphasize how important setting boundaries is. Your boundaries and how you enforce them can either lead to many outcomes. Some of these outcomes are you get to see people for what they really are. You start to understand that there are people who don't respect you. Yes, if people don't respect your boundaries, then they don't respect you. You start to see that more people lack boundaries than you initially thought. You also get to unmask those who don't care for others. When people don't care for other people's boundaries, then it means they don't care for people. I don't care how you slice it. When you put up boundaries and people come in there to think your boundaries are just for show, then these people do not care about you. They don't give a damn about you. So people who don't respect your boundaries do not respect you. Simple as that. By setting clear boundaries and enforcing them, you can really kick your people pleasing habits. When you only have time to focus on what's important to you, then you no longer find time excuse me guys then you no longer find time to please people. My fifth point on this list is to seek out therapy. Yes guys, you heard me correctly. People pleasing can be severe in some cases, and this is not even a joking matter. Some people can people please themselves into some very bad situations, and when it gets too much and you want to take back control of your life, you must seek external perspectives. This can come in the form of therapy, but seeking out a professional can also be a double-edged sword, and I'll get to that in a minute. You can collect valuable information that can be life-changing from a therapist. Sometimes we as people need to hear some words fall from the mouth of another person before we can fully commit to change. But it's not that deep. Therapy can simply mean talking to another person and taking their advice and using it to our advantage. Being scared to talk to another person is simply outrageous, and you need to get over yourself. It can all be so simple, guys, but people love to overcomplicate things. Therapy can be very healing. It can make you understand yourself and how to heal yourself from the inside. This can make your journey so much more grounded in truth rather than living in the lies you've told yourself over the years. Therapy is also a double-edged sword. So if you want to take this route, be prepared to be vulnerable. Yeah. Truthfully, you need to keep an open heart. For one to be free, one must know where his chains are buried. In other words, to be free from the life of people pleasing, you need to know how to become yourself, your true authentic self in the first place. Of course, there will never be any real substitute for therapy, but a close second is reading. Buy a good book and read it. Read it to the end. Don't just read it halfway and then throw it away. No, bro. If you want to stop people pleasing, you must enrich your mind, or better still, go see a therapist. On my sixth tip of the video, we have be authentic. I can't stress this one, guys. Being an authentic person has many benefits. Number one being that you don't have any fake persona to keep up with. You are simply existing and living a life that honors you. A lot of people are stuck in a people-pleasing loop because they are afraid to be themselves. They lack the patience to get to understanding themselves, and they aren't willing to put in the work of self-discovery and masterfulness. To master oneself is the greatest conquest of all. As people, we should be willing to accept the hard task of being our authentic selves and not caring what it looks like to other people. Authenticity leaves no room for anything fake. I think that's the most powerful way to describe authenticity. I have met authentic people and I have met fake people, and trust me, I knew which one was which as soon as I met them. I could easily differentiate between who was keeping it real and who was faking or pretending to be what they aren't. People pleasers want one thing: to be liked and in some cases respected. If you want to attract people, there is no surer way to do it than to be yourself. Be who you are and it will attract all kinds of people. Then it will be up to you to sieve these people and know which ones to let into your life or which ones to shut the door on. You instantly become a magnet and people can smell it on you. Yes, I'm talking about authenticity. When you are authentic, you become a magnet. People want to peek under the hood to see what's really there. It can be very powerful. Authenticity is very powerful. Being your authentic self is the best thing you can be, because this attracts the right people into your life. Damn guys, I think we are already on the seventh tip of the video, and for my seventh tip, we have talk to yourself more often. This can sound strange, I know, but it doesn't mean that you talk to yourself in public or that you do it in a very strange way. No, this just means having positive dialogue with yourself, checking in with yourself and knowing what you like, getting your own opinion and forming your own opinion. This just means that you consult yourself more often. This doesn't make you crazy. This means that you are in touch with yourself and you value your opinion. People who talk to themselves have the number one opinion in their lives. This means, yes, they hold their opinion in very high regard. They have the number one say, and this means that external opinions have no adverse effects on them. They value their own decision making and they consult themselves before anyone else. This makes so much sense to me, guys, because as someone who talks to myself, I don't talk to myself like a crazy person. No, that's not what I'm saying in this part of the video. What I'm trying to tell you is, like, look, you can talk to yourself, you can ask yourself some certain questions. You can say, look, you can have, you know, a monologue with yourself and get to know yourself better and get to ask yourself these important prodding questions. You know, talking to yourself can take practice and patience, and you can start by asking yourself some simple questions and giving yourself some simple answers. Give yourself some feedback and see what you learn. Again, this takes time, so please practice patience. And guys, I think that's all I have for you guys on this video. Please, guys, remember to check in as I do daily uploads of these kinds of videos where we just talk about life and how to improve ourselves and how to be better people every day. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe if you gained anything from watching this video. I have been your gracious host, SSG. Peace, and more peace. See you guys in the next one. I'm out.